Hi everyone, I'm Jay from DigiTamersAUS. In today's video I'm going to be doing a breakdown, a deck profile of my Red Omni build that I used in the official Bandai Webcam tournament last weekend. I finished 16th, top 16 out of about 100 players, X2. I only lost to a mirror match and Shine Greymon Yellow, which is arguably Red's hardest matchup. I believe this deck is pretty strong. It's brought me a lot of success, a lot of wins. Also finished first with this for the month with this deck at my locals. Shout out to RC Crew Games. Also four other people from my locals also finished top 16 in the Webcam Oceania event, which is pretty cool, yeah. So I'll just get right into it. First of all, we'll start off with our eggs. We've got 4 Digimon and 1 Koromon. I've gone with the 4-1 split. I've seen some people argue that Koromon is better because it's a turbo Omni build, so you'll get up to that level 6 quite quickly before Digimon can activate, but I've stuck with this because it's more consistent. You're more likely, especially mid to late game, to always get that 1k DP boost. And yeah, very good. So moving on to the rookies, we've got 14. 4 Agumon. Very good card, not generic, but the 1k 1000 DP boost, inheritable, very strong, beefs up whatever you have on top of it. Yeah, you always want to run 4 of this. Moving on to, we've got 2 Biyomon, the new Biyomon, and 2 Guilmon. So yeah, I've seen people run 4 of the Biyomon, but I wanted to include 2 Guilmon because I knew there was going to be a lot of mirror matches, the red mirror matches, and yeah, I got a bit of advice from my friend that the extra K DP boost, especially if they have an Omni on the field, you can swing into their Omni. But this Biyomon is really good. It's a new inclusion. If it's your turn on deletion, gain 1 memory. Red doesn't have a lot of access to stuff like this, so especially if you're memory choked, because we don't play tamers, it's really good to get that extra memory or 2. And chip damage potentially into their security, because you don't mind this dying. So, and for the last of our rookies, we're running 6 vanillas, 2 Biyomon, and 4 Monodramon. And I've seen people in Turbo Omni builds run 8 vanilla, 2 costs, but I think 6 is a good number. And we're running 2 Biyomon and 4 Monodramon because we're already running a Biyomon. And on the off chance we get Omnimon to our rookies, the 1.0 Omni one, you don't want cards with the same name on the field, so that's why the split is like that. And yeah, that's our rookies. Moving on to our champions, we're running 12. We've got 4 Dark Tyrannomon. This is always a staple in Red, especially Turbo Omni. 1 to Digivolve, very, very good, very strong, it's quick. You always love seeing this on turn 1. You played a rookie in your hatching area, then you evolve into Dark Tyrannomon, putting them on 1. It's always a good start. Not much else to say about this card. You don't really want to be hard playing it for 6. Sometimes you might have to, but yeah, definitely good in this deck. Next up for our level 4s, we've got 4 of the starter Greymon, security +1 inheritable. This card is so good. You got it underneath one of your level 6s, or obviously underneath an Omnimon. Even with the regular 1.0 Omnimon, you're potentially swinging in for 4 attacks, which is just insane. And I prefer this over other level 4s. I prefer it over the other Greymon that gives plus 2000 because, you know, having that extra hit in security, you know, it can change the game really. Yeah. And last but not least, we're running 4 blockers for Corridramon. You know, it's the only blocker that Red has access to, and you definitely want to be playing it rather than not. You know, always definitely good to have blockers in your deck. And that's all the level 4s. Moving on to the level 5s. 4 of the new Lava Garita. Excuse me. 2 costs to evolve, so it definitely helps with the turbo. 8,000 DP, so it's on the higher side for a level 5. And sometimes if you've got a security +1 underneath this, if you're playing against, you know, Rookie Rush for example, you don't mind swinging into the security with this, because other than Puppetmon, you're not going to really hit anything that it'll die to. And it's always good to attack your opponent's suspended Digimon with this card. And it's yeah, really good level 5. And we're also playing 4 Groundramon. Now I see some people not running this many 2 costs to Digivolve level 5s, but I believe it's a Red Turbo Omni, so you know what you're trying to do is get up to your Omnimon as quick as possible, and this is what these cards do for you. And it's also good with the running 4 Groundramon. Sometimes you're definitely going to brick with this deck because you're running a lot of high cost cards. And if you see this level 5 in your hand and you've got a level 6 and an Omnimon, you don't mind playing this for 5 because you're going to Digivolve next turn into your level 6, you know. So yeah, pretty decently cheap to hard play. And to finish off the level 5s, we're running 1 Skull Greymon, so 9 level 5s, which I think is a good number. Delete one of your opponents on play with blocker, so you know, if you're trying to swing through for game and they have a blocker or 2 up, you know, this is good to take out one of them, or you know, you're trying to get through and you see this in hand, they've given you a lot of memory. Like, even though I'm playing one of this actually came up quite a lot in the tournament. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now for the level 6s, we're running 7, 4 Phoenixmon and 4 Blitz Greymon. So I haven't included Volcanic Dramon because I didn't think I needed it. You know, this deck is really strong without it. You know, Alter-S sort of does the same thing anyway. I didn't come up against any Rookie Rush this tournament, but you know, you can play your blockers against them, you know, try and swing early like they do. And yeah, I think 7 is a good number. I know a lot of people run maybe 9 to 10, but you know, you're gonna brick a lot in that sense. But this is what I ran for the tournament and it worked out well for me. So Phoenixmon, 2 to evolve, again the turbo, and 10 to play. You don't really want to be playing it, but you know, 12,000 DP and you got some of the boosts underneath it. You know, it's really good, really strong. And this Blitz Greymon is a new inclusion, you know, from 1.5. Piercing when digivolving, trigger Digivolve 2 on one of your opponent's Digimon, and it really sets them back. You know, they've got a level 5, you set them back down to level 3 or a level 6, sorry. You set them back down to their level 4. You know, it's really good. You can pierce through, and if it's got a Greymon underneath it, you're checking for 2 security. Yeah, I know it's 4 to evolve, but it's a bit on the higher end, a little slow. But let's say you're on 1 memory and they've got a tamer that gives them 3 memory at the start of their turn. It's, in a sense, it's for free basically. You're better off evolving into this, setting them back a bit, than evolving into a Phoenixmon. So yeah, this card was really good for me, as was Phoenixmon. And of course, it won't be a Red Omni deck without Omnimon. We're running what I think is the ideal split right now. 3 1.0 Omnimon and 2 Ultra S. They're both really strong in their own right. They both do slightly different things, you know. OG, Omni, Elite, everything that shares the same name. So you're definitely guaranteed to take out one thing. You know, this Omnimon is for something they've built up really tall, and the Ultra S, they digivolve everything by 1, then delete everything with 5,000 or less. So this is if they go wide, your opponent. Yeah, so, you know, Ultra S is really good against green, Rookie Rush, you know, you digivolve everything. You know, but second abilities, Omnimon OG is obviously stronger than the Ultra S in a sense, because, you know, you can bring back the level 6, unsuspend it, swing again, like I was saying, in combination with the Greymon, that's just so strong. You can still bring back the level 6 with this, but it just makes it unblockable, which does come up sometimes. But more often than not with the Ultra S, you just want to bring back the level 6 if you're building up another line on the field and you've got a level 5 there, to bring back that level 6 if you don't have any in hand and, you know, you keep going. Yeah, I think some people saying this set more Ultra S should be run, but, you know, this ratio really worked out well for me. Yeah, so to finish off the deck, we're running 3 Gaia Force. You know, obviously one of the best option cards in the game, even still in 1.5. Just straight up delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It costs quite a lot, you know, but in the mirror match, if they've Gaia Forced you, you just Gaia Force them back. You love seeing it in security. You know, to make room for Skull Greymon and some other stuff, I cut it down to 3. And I think 3 is still good. You know, moving forward, I'll test out, you know, slightly different ratios. Maybe cut it down to 2 for a volcanic or, you know, something else. But yeah, really strong option card. And that's it. So thanks so much guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You know, for more content, please hit the subscribe button. You know, I'll be trying to upload some more stuff, different things. I'll see you guys in our next video.